brothers and sisters, we are gathered today to celebrate the life of the recently deceased, taken from this earth in such an unfair manner by forces outside of this realm. Death is not final, but a temporary separation from the beloved person who will be brought back to life on the Day of Judgment. We shall now bow our heads in prayer for the dead.
I'm here with Sea of Treachery. They're from this area.
Hello. Hi, Alec. His name's Frank. That should be the entire clip. Is me being that's the worst sound I've ever heard. And then it just cuts to our band.
You have a great story with this band. I honestly cherish it. You strive to get here. In reality, this band is a staple of this community. When I think of Sea of Treachery, I think of Mad Hatter. When I think of Mad Hatter, I think of bands like Noah. Just bands that... This area, when they saw it on the flyer, they knew that their $5, $7, their whole evening was going to be phenomenal.
If I don't drink.
What does that legacy...
Yes.
What does that mean to you as a part of the community when it comes to what's next? Because we just had one of the biggest venues, and this question goes abroad. It's not just at Christian at this point, but we just had one of the largest venues of this area become non-existent. What is the thought that you want to send out as someone who is a part of a core act of our community? Like what is it that what keeps us going?
That part's right here.
Like we've had a lot of hardship, and not only that, we have between different large areas, we're kind of stuck with no, so we rely on our local scene.
Yeah, I think what keeps us going is, like self-evident. If you look around 24 hours ago, maybe a little more, this was supposed to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
And there's still this many people who are here, like all of the people who are working together in such short notice to change venue, make sure that
that
tickets were all
within
being
hours.
Within hours. So I think that's what keeps not just us, but pretty much I would say everybody in the scene going is a great sense of community, everyone belongs, and just a place where you can go and feel like you're with your friends, I don't go out as much as I used to. And so when I got here, still people I haven't seen in over a year, just super warmly greeting me.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah, just like yesterday. And just everybody working together to make something like this happen when it was almost rug pulled, maybe that's the wrong word because that makes it sound like mischievous, or when it was almost taken from us by no fault of Frank or anybody at that venue, So the fact that it was from a mountain to resolved in less than a day.
It's evident that there is a community.
Yeah, and it's strong.
It needs to be marketed a little bit differently. There's something that's being missed. And I know Alex and I have talked about it in the past that we are in kind of like a ground zero of this spot. We have festivals here, we have festivals here, festivals here. So all of these artists,
the Radiance clauses.
they can't come here. So
Radiance,
so it's really the regional acts, such as yourselves, that have been a core. That's what makes the younger talent, at least if I was in a young band opening for Treachery.
Well, I'll tell you, man.
Yeah.
For me specifically, I can speak directly to that, which is the first time I saw them play as At Daggers Drawn, I've been around a long time in the band, but the first time I saw them, I genuinely thought they were a national act. I got a flyer off of the table at the Mad Hatter. I remember it was pink. And it was said At Daggers Drawn, and I wish I could remember the other bands on it. I get all the people from the band to sign it, thinking like, dang, these guys are like a huge band.
Right.
And then that was my 8th grade summer going into freshman year. I walk into my first class of freshman year, and Corey Knight, the guitar player, is sitting in my German class. And I was like, what is happening? You know, get pretty self-conscious. I was like, oh no. And so he's like super cool, invites me to shows. And I just started going to all of the concerts. I would like tune their guitars, help them set up drums. They like were definitely breaking child labor laws. I'm like selling merch with them and stuff, you know? And it was cool because like I'm a kid playing guitar, wanting to play in a band. I see this band, think they're incredible. Turns out they're in my high school, or at least some of them, you know. And then fast forward years and years and
I was
years.
in college.
Fast forward years and years and years, and now I'm in the band, you know? It's
Right.
just kind of a crazy thing for me. And I think honestly that's similarly to how like the community like goes through hard times but sticks it out. Like I think that's part of also what like keeps us all going. Like the band's obviously had ups and downs and like periods of like, I don't know, being paused or whatever. But the fact that like we're genuinely family, you know? Like
Right.
I've known Alex for my entire adult life. It's like he's my brother.
Right.
So it's just a very close, tight-knit, you know, group.
It is. And I had the honor of filling in for a couple shows, and that was something that the core values I will never forget, and I will never be able to replicate.
But you did forget how to play most of the songs.
But I can look like I know. I'm really good. Like just like his like I was
That's just
raised-
how bass works, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You look good as long as you're confident.
Yeah.
Confidence is key.
I still think that
Guitar-
might be one of the bigger shows I've played.
That's
Dirt
that's the
Fest.
biggest show you've ever played.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Dirt Fest with you.
Like I said, it's core memory. Core memory. I will not forget that one.
That was the day.
That was a weekend of a lot of stuff. So you got custom guitars or a custom guitar, right? It's coming. You have it. Someone in your band.
It is, so I am glad that we're taking the opportunity to talk about this. So it is not done, obviously. It's still being like designed. And while I have ordered an uncomfortable, I wouldn't say ordered, actually, I get all of the Kiesels that I have are just specs I like that I've gotten secondhand, but they're still technically custom guitars. So I've never been able to be hands-on in like the process of a guitar that I want or is being made.
Says the guy who's been a Guitar Center for fucking 20 years.
And well, they're not a manufacturer. But so I have a incredible collection of guitars. I don't even know how many at this point, but
Nice.
a lot of guitars.
Credit
And
card debt.
no.
No, Christian's he's not like us.
Fiscally.
He's good with money, yeah.
Damn it.
So
Lucky.
it's cool because I've always like, you know, liked 80 to 95% of everything about a guitar, but every guitar leaves something to be desired. The reason I like so many and the reason I have such a collection is because they inspire me differently, you know? Like I'll pick up this guitar, this song comes out. And I feel like if I picked up this guitar, the song would have come out differently. But anyway, so like Frank is a luthier and he has been not only the person that I have work on all my guitars for years, but he's also filled in for us in the past and gone on tours with us and stuff. Being able to pretty much just watch him work, I'm not, you know, I tell him I want this or can you do this? And then he just does it. It's pretty cool. I'm not really doing anything other than being like, dude, what if like
So Frank,
the guitar,
so how long have you been a Lutheran for Christian?
a Lutheran?
Yeah.
That's different. That is very different.
I'll answer on his behalf.
Few years. A few years. Okay. Thank you, Frank.
So bit aside, I do actually want to talk about the guitars for a quick second because they are incredible. And it's like a very new thing that Frank is like doing. So
Give
nobody.
away all of his intellectual property right now.
How are you guys doing interviews now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Mike's in the band too.
He's also in the band.
His kid's filling in for tonight though, because he sucks.
So I think it'd be cool to actually like briefly talk about the guitars because like once people are able to get some of them, I think it's just like
That's what.
it's genuinely insane. I mean, like I've not only because of my collection, but as you mentioned, worked at Guitar Center. I've played thousands of guitars,
Jesus
and
Christ.
they're insane.
So many threats.
The guitars that he
Jealous.
builds are absolutely nuts. So, yeah, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't think people will be able to conceptualize how cool they are until they
No,
get to play them. Because when he was telling me about them, and I'm his friend, I was like, yeah, right.
Right.
Like, okay, sure.
we boys.
You know, sure.
We
And then I got
friends.
to play the guitar, and yeah, I was like,
So what? Right, you got your fingers on your vagina right here. What was that first sensation? What made you just?
it's actually on film. The first time I got to play one of your guitars, he asked me to meet him at Guitar Center. He was like trying to sell it on Reverb, and he wanted
Right?
a video of it. And I met him up there. I was playing it, and like I think speechless / like, God, what, like there's a term for the emotion where you're like laughing because it's like unbelievable, flabbergasted, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
there you go. There you
yeah.
go.
it was pretty crazy. Now, the thing is, we have different visual like tastes, you know.
Right.
So like the guitar played
We have
incredibly.
more corpse paint.
It wasn't exactly to my like aesthetic liking, and I'm like very weird about those things.
We know.
And so he like, you know, worked with me and came up with what I think is going to be probably the coolest guitar I'll ever see until he builds number 2 and then 3 and 4 and 5.
7, 8, 6.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, he was showing me some of his work, and I'm a fucking dude, and I was still like this. I know the level of art this is, and like I was telling him, like if he gets the right client, just that right client, you need a look next step. A little
Dude,
bit,
I can't even
little
say
more money.
I can't even say how excited exciting it is for me, because like I went from being like, man, I really wish I could become like a Kiesel endorsee or like a Fender endorsee
Nope.
to like
yeah, Frankie
to like
Dorsey.
now I have like black libretto guitars, and they're genuinely the best guitars I've ever played. So it's like, I don't know, a huge stroke of luck.
No, I was so anything else you want to chat about? Like that was fun. That was
Yeah,
good.
I think there's an elephant in the room, which is this is our new member.
Finally, this is Frank. Oh yeah, Frank. He'll be here for what? No, Frank is a man of many talents. And I am beyond stoked to see you tonight.
And that being said, there is a lot of things that we've been working on. So we've been like really building a huge backlog. So without saying too much, we probably have about like, I don't know, like 2 albums worth of material
Fuck yeah.
done.
Fuck yeah.
And we're working on some stuff. I don't even know what I should or shouldn't say, but
Nah, you're good.
there's some incredible music coming out in the next short period of time.
In time.
And
Time's up.
yeah, obviously, I feel like you hear these interviews with bands and they all say the same thing. Like, this is the best stuff we've ever written. Yeah, it's the best stuff we've ever written. Like, it means so much to us. I genuinely feel that way. Like, I love these songs. These songs mean a lot to me. Like the set we're playing tonight. But I'm done with playing only that. You know, we've been putting some music out like Fear Bomb and Prologue, and that's great to put that in the rotation. But even those already feel old to us because of all of the new music we've been working on. You know, they're only a few years old. They feel decades old
Right.
because we're just like so excited about the new stuff.
Right.
And it's just like we've overhauled everything. Like we've gone from like lucking into, I feel like, being a tight sounding band to like it now being a very purposeful and like coordinated like effort. Like we've overhauled our band practices to where it's like extremely professional approach. Like we've dialed in our workflow where like literally every single Monday we get together and work for about 10 to 12 hours every Monday. So it's just nice. We're creating this backlog to get it on rails. I'm just excited for when it starts to come out. I'm excited to see people's reaction. I'm excited to be able to play some of this stuff live.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
it's my favorite part of being in a band is writing the music. Obviously, I enjoy
you are
playing
good.
shows and all that, but writing and recording new music to me is just the why.
It's weird that when we stopped drinking all the time, we became a serious band.
Yeah.
You know things.
We'll ever know.
Here.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.